to know why I'm wearing a Lions shirt? Do you really want to know why? It's because they're playing this team, who beat us 42-10, and we couldn't be playing this week. Also, isn't the whole world rooting for them? If we can't make it to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl, it's about time the Lions do. Welcome, everyone, to my Divisional Round predictions, Dog Squad, or Divisional Round reactions, I should say. 4 games went on last weekend. In just a couple days, the NFC Championship and the AFC Championship will be going on. So I hope you have fun watching those. Those will be good games. I really hope the Lions win, but you'll be able to see my predictions short tomorrow. It'll be a short because I have something else planned for y'all in a video. I don't know if I'm going to pick the Lions yet, but we'll discuss that in tomorrow's video. But as we get in this video, Dog Squad, thank you so much for all y'all's support. The only Live Scores videos have been like on top of the chart here on Tread 60. Man, that video is still over 800 views, I believe. It's just been amazing what y'all have done, and hopefully we can get to 800 subs by February. I would love to, but it's 27 days of January, so I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. But let's get into these reactions, and that is the video for this week because I had a poll, and that it was voted out of about 5, I think, votes. That's low usually. Usually it's about 30 votes to about 60. So it won. The reactions won over the meeting room / lobby. So let's go. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. I'm back in the Razorback Red as just for the intro. Yeah, I picked the Niners to go to Super Bowl, but I like the Lions to win, especially. I really don't like the Niners. But here we go. First divisional game out of 4 last weekend. We had the Texans and the Ravens, and I have to say, thought the Texans could pull something off before this game. It was 10-10 going into half, and then the Ravens did their thing. Did act like the better team. They dominated in that second half. 34-10 was the final score. So, I mean, this Ravens team definitely can beat Kansas City. They're the most complete team. I really don't know who can stop them. It's only this year been the Browns and the Steelers. And Steelers did it twice. And then someone else defeated them. I can't remember who else defeated them. Oh, Colts. Colts did it too. But it was basically just 3 because the Ravens won 4. That backup loss. So C.J. Stroud, man, he didn't have the touchdown, but I mean, a great rookie season for him. I bet you he will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Devin Singletary, then rushing yards, and Nico Collins. So not much for that Texans offense. We look at Lamar, 152 yards, 2 TDs, had some rushing yards, led that too, and Zay Flowers had 41 yards for receptions. So we look at player stats. We start with the Texans. We look at C.J. Stroud. Devin Singletary led the way. 22 yards, that was the most. Nico Collins, 68 yards, no TDs for any of the receivers. And the defense got a couple sacks. Not much they could do against a strong Ravens team, which Lamar Jackson putting up 100 yards on rushing and 150 yards on passing. 2 TDs for both passing and rushing. And, I mean, he uses his legs a lot, as we can see. 41 yards led by Zay Flowers for rushing. Isaiah Likely and Nelson Aguilar had the 2 TDs that Lamar threw. They were top 4 in rushing or receiving. And then the defense did not have a sack all game, did not have a takeaway, so very clean by that Texans offense. But not much you really could say about this. Just a dominant performance by the Ravens, hoping to see if they can go to the Super Bowl. And hopefully they can end Kansas City season. Here we go, Packers and Niners, and I was kind of hoping the Niners would actually be the Packers. Then again, the Packers did beat us, or I was hoping the Packers beat the Niners, but then again, I hope the Packers did beat us, so it's kind of hoping to lose. I don't know. So it's kind of overall, I didn't care. I kind of wanted the Niners to choke too, and they almost did. But amazing season. Hats off to the Packers. Us Cowboys fans don't really like them much, but they came prepared both games. Niners actually knew how to end the game, didn't get blown out. But the Niners are also much better than us, too. We'd probably lose to them in the NFC Championship game if we played them this week. Hopefully the Lions can come out ready to play, and the Niners, maybe they won't come out unprepared. But this Packers team is going to have a bright future. You know, the past couple years, they have not had what they needed to have to win the games that they needed to win, and they came in the playoffs, made the farther than they thought. You know, they didn't think they made the playoffs with Jordan Love, losing Aaron Rodgers, and now, look at this. They made the playoffs, and Aaron Rodgers sitting over with a torn Achilles. Well, better now, at least. But, you know, but we look at player stats, man. Jordan Love, 194 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions. That's a good performance. He's had better ones, but hey, that's not bad from Jordan Love. That's pretty good. For against a tough San Francisco 49ers defense. Aaron Jones, thought he was going to walk all over them, but he did in yards, 108 yards for them. That secondary could not stop, or that front could not stop them. When we talk about the secondary, man, letting a lot of receivers. Romeo Doubs did the same exact thing. So he was sneaky. We got to pick him up next year in fantasy. Jaden Reed, Bo Melton had that TD, and so did Tucker Kraft. So they had those 2 TDs for the Green Bay Packers. And the defense, honestly, Kenny Clark had a half sack. So did Preston Smith. No takeaways. So it was could have been 2 takeaways, honestly, but they dropped them. And we look at the Niners. Brock Purdy having more yards but less turnovers and TDs. So, you did have those stats in there. Christian McCaffrey having a total 98 yards, and did he have his 2 TDs? So, yeah, he did have a good game. Brock Purdy has second in rushing. Juwan Jennings tried getting one being -1 yard. George Kittle had 1 TD at 81 yards, so he definitely had something in that. He was the only person that got a passing TD in this entire game. And then Dre Greenlaw, of course, he was the leading on the defense. 2 interceptions. Definitely big for him. He wouldn't go down until after 10 seconds, on both of them. So that was actually funny, but no, good. Not the best performance by the 49ers, but they were able to clean it out. Packers, good luck to y'all next year. I'm sure y'all do well. We don't play y'all, but if we play y'all in the playoffs or any time, we're going to probably lose that game. Moving on to the Buccaneers and the Lions, the divisional round game. Lions, man, they're tough. Definitely can be the Niners. Buccaneers, man, they definitely had a season I didn't think they would have. If you saw my prediction video before the season start, 4-13 I had them. Definitely not even close to what I thought they'd have. But definitely I have to say Buccaneers, man. What a good job they did. Tom Boyles is fired, but hey, I think he is at least. I heard. But look, Buccaneers have a lot. They're like the Packers. They got a way to go. They didn't think they'd make it this far. They almost beat the Lions. The Lions kept fighting. Definitely the Lions' best season I've ever seen them. Of course, they have. They best season in 30 years, man. Got to the NFC Championship, sadly, before we did. So you need to go beat the Niners and take care of business there. Lions, they're even if they lose this next game, they've the terrific season they had. Jared Goff, them trading a couple years ago, and then the Rams going on with the Super Bowl, and the Lions sitting there with a horrible season with the first head coach, and now you got second year. They Rams and Lions. Lions actually do better, almost has a chance at the playoffs. Then this year they win the division finally after a great season we kind of all thought they would have, and then. You didn't actually. I don't know. People thought they were going to do anything or do much. They probably thought a lot of people thought that the Rams were going to win, and now they go. And then the people thought they were going to play Dallas or something, or maybe even losing the divisional round to whoever. They won this game, man. It's just terrific. Good comeback for them. Good comeback story. And Baker Mayfield can win comeback player of the year, but I think it's probably going to be Joe Flacco. But you have Baker Mayfield having 349 yards, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. Terrific game from him. It's sad they had that game-losing interception, but, Rashad White had 55 yards, led it open. Baker Mayfield actually had 15. Mike Evans had a TD and 147 yards. Terrific game from him. He definitely, I think, needs to be in the Hall of Fame some other day. But you also had Cade Otton and Rashad White having a receiving TD. No interceptions for that Bucs defense, but you had Levante David on the sack, and so did Khalija Cansey. And they had those sacks, so not so bad from the defense there. But the Lions were racking up on their offense. And then Jared Goff having 287 yards, 2 TDs, terrific performance from him. Jahmyr Gibbs having 74 yards, David Montgomery 33. That duo's doing well. Gibbs and Reynolds had the rushing TD, just one they put him in. I remember that was one of the scores I remember. Mont St. Brown, good job by him, 77 yards. I really respect him. He's one of my top 5 favorite players. I respect him the most. In the NFL, Josh Reynolds. I think that's sure I have him as St. Brown. So Josh Reynolds also had the TD, and then you had Derek Barnes and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I got that one. He was talking crap about Baker Mayfield. He actually had a good QB. He could be great, you know. And he got the pick right away. So on to our final reaction, and this one was a good one. Oh, Chiefs versus Bills. I was trying to find out what to say on there, honestly. But Bills could never get it done. I mean, they're like us, but they do a little bit better every year. And the Bills, I know they're having trouble against Chiefs, and we always have those two, you know, play the same teams. The Packers are 9 and you lose, and something like that. And it's just, yeah, it doesn't work well for that. And the Bills, I don't know if they're ever going to do it. They play maybe someone else, they will. Chiefs, they're going to keep rolling in the playoffs with Patrick Mahomes. You just can't do it. Mahomes, really good stats, 215 yards, 2 TDs, terrific performance on him, of course. Pacheco, 97 yards, a TD. And then you had Travis Kelce having the game that he needed to have. 2 TDs, 75 yards, with Taylor Swift being there. And then looks like, and then I don't remember yet being interception, no sacks, it was really, could have been a shootout at one point. And then the Bills, Josh Allen didn't have, he played, I mean, he had it hard. He can't do everything by himself. 186 yards, 1 TD, definitely something. It was great. Not as, you know, he tough. And he also had 2 rushing, so that's why he only won. So he had a great game. Cook, 61 yards. He was actually doing well until he kind of stopped for a little bit. And then Dalton Kincaid led with the receiving 45 yards, but only less yard. Khalil Shakir with 1 TD, secured that in the bag, only right receiving TD. No sacks and no interceptions for that. So a lot of just good offensive performance by both teams. Chiefs are going to keep rolling the playoffs. Bills, maybe they'll get some job done. Maybe they'll go to Super Bowl at one point. But we kind of thought Cowboys and Bills may have a good shot at this year. But they didn't this year. So, yeah. So it was still a good game to watch. I didn't watch all of it, but it was a good game to watch at the time. So especially the ending, heartbreaking for Tyler Bass. The people giving him the death threats, you should not do that. But yeah. So great game. Always a matchup to see. I don't know if they play next year. I'm sure they'll probably find a way to do it. I'd say do it in Buffalo. But I don't know. I think Buffalo should build a dome. Well, that's going to do it for today, Dog Squad. Thank you so much for watching this video. Tomorrow I'll have something for y'all from the Cowboys season, and I will have my predictions short for y'all. I believe that's it, because Sunday, I'm going to get all my homework done tomorrow, and Sunday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going live for the Lions and 49ers game, the NFC Championship. It'll be around 5, so I will be live here on the channel for that. And so it'll be amazing. I just want to try to get one more live of the NFL season going before the end of the year, because I won't be able to do a Super Bowl, because I think I'm having friends. I think I'm having a couple of family over that, or some friends over, something like that, to watch the game. It's always tradition. If we don't, I may go live for it, or I may just watch my family. But we can't go by that, so this will probably be guaranteed. This will probably be the last one. This will probably be the last live stream of the year. So I really love doing it. I'll hope to do it more next year with the Cowboys. And we'll have the scoreboard, you know, more of those beginning of the live streams where they use ESPN and we'll have to look up and down. But that's going to do it for today, Dog Squad. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.